Hi, good day. I am Ray Vincent N. Magto. This is the case of Jesus versus OCCENA versus Tropical Homes, INC, respondents. With GR number L-44349 dated October 29, 1976. On February 25, 1975, private respondent Tropical Homes, Inc. filed a complaint for modification of the terms and conditions of its subdivision contract with petitioners who are the landowners of a 55,330 square meter parcel of land in Davao City, making the following allegations: that due to the increase in price of oil and its derivatives and the concomitant worldwide spiraling of prices, which are not within the control of plaintiff, of all commodities including basis raw materials required for such development work, the cost of development has risen to levels which are unanticipated, unimagined, and not within the remotest contemplation of the parties at the time said agreement was entered into, and to such a degree that the conditions and factors which formed the original basis of said contract, that further performance by the plaintiff under the contract will result in situation where defendants would be unjustly enriched at the expense of the plaintiff, will cause an iniquitous distribution of proceeds from the sales of subdivided lots in manifest actually result in the unjust and intolerable exposure of plaintiff to implacable losses, all such situations resulting in an unconscionable, unjust and immoral situation contrary to and in violation of the primordial concepts of good faith, fairness and equity which should pervade all human relations. Under the subdivision contract, respondent guaranteed the petitioners as landowners the latter's fixed and sole share and participation and amount equivalent to 40% of all cash received PTS from the sale of the subdivision lots. Respondent court in its questioned resolution of June 28, 1976 set aside the preliminary injunction previously issued by it and dismissed petition on the ground that under Article 1267 of the Civil Code, which provides that Art. 1267. When the service has become so difficult as to be manifestly beyond the contemplation of the parties, the obliger may also be released therefrom, in whole or in part. 1. The general rule is that impossibility of performance releases the obliger. However, it is submitted that when the service has become so difficult as to be manifestly beyond the contemplation of the parties, the court should be authorized to release the obliger in whole or in part. The intention of the parties should govern, and if it appears that the service turns out to be so difficult as have been beyond their contemplation, it would be doing violence to that intention to hold the obliger still responsible. The cited article does not grant the courts this authority to remake, modify or revise the contract or to fix the division of shares between the parties as contractually stipulated with the force of law between the parties, so as to substitute its own terms for those covenanted by the parties themselves. Respondent's complaint for modification of contract manifestly has no basis in law and therefore states no cause of action.
Created using Powtoon.